Red Dreaded Entertainment. What's up, guys? Akasan here.
DCsan, AC Crew.
And
World of Cali.
there you go, Cali. We got our DC stuff. We got finished watching The Flash. Then we took a break with Beauty and the Beast. But now let's go ahead and look at the real life Beauty and the Beast in DC. The Joker and Harley Quinn. See how I tried to put
That was brilliant.
Nice segue, nice segue.
That's what we do. Okay. That was another segue. Let's see about this. Is the Suicide Squad extended cut. Harley chases Joker on a motorcycle. Obviously,
I saw a meme of that. Now I know what that is. I saw a meme and Joker's doing like this when she gets to the window.
Hillary Clinton? No, okay. Alright. I'm just wondering. Thought it may be Hillary Clinton like chasing the votes or something like that, but
That'd be a good
I'm just saying, I don't know. Yeah. Like, you have not seen Suicide Squad, so this will be kind of odd.
She hasn't seen the movie yet. Any version of it.
She's in a transitional stage right now.
I will soon.
That's why she had to borrow my shirt. It is not what you are thinking.
Cut!
Extended cut. Let's go.
Extended cut.
Flat. Who's up there? It's none of your concern. Do you know who's up there? Nope.
Oh.
It's not the president.
Oh, he actually does it.
What? Wow!
I like Harley so much more now. I love
Sexy.
You're not leaving me. You're not leaving me!
Okay.
Nope, not delusional at all.
I guess that was it. You can own it on digital HD.
November 15th.
Which is already out.
December 15th.
I really have a fucking problem with that. Like
That scene?
No. Just I really don't like why they release it digitally like that. Because I am still a very physical guy. That's not what that meant. But I'm a very physical guy. I'm a very, very hands-on guy here. Anyways. Maybe it was. Anyway, no. My biggest point here is I don't like the fact that they release digital first because it's on you can torrent it afterwards, and I don't want. I'm very strict about that. Like if I want to watch it, I want to watch it at the best possible quality ever, and that's on Blu-ray. But unfortunately, you have to wait a whole month, and then with this particular situation, all the extended stuff is released online anyway. So it's like, well, why do I want to watch it then? Again.
Yeah.
So, further that point, living here in Japan, because it takes even longer for the digital one to be available. So we're probably going to have the digital one available next month.
And the Blu-ray in February.
Probably. Exactly.
That happens.
It's very frustrating. But not just that.
Like
not just that. The digital one, people think, well, the digital one is available now, but not for us. You can buy it on PlayStation US online or whatever, but you can't actually watch it. They'll take your money, but then you can't actually watch it.
The region block on this site. It's kind of an annoyance.
Outside of that, this is not yet, like this is more between you and me, but well, from what you saw, have you seen any of the previews of Suicide Squad?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah, so you've seen trailers and things.
Yes, and
Okay.
yes, absolutely. So that scene was before Harley
They actually
turned
got
into.
together.
So when did she?
I don't know about that though.
Yeah, that's before she actually got
Electrocuted?
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Or right after she got
Right. I'm thinking it was right after.
Because she snapped.
Right. I'm thinking it's right after because we see later when she takes the chemical bath, that's exactly the same thing she was wearing basically. So, and there's more to that. Like I think she pulls a gun on him and everything like that. So,
that's before before the chemical bath.
I think it's after Arkham though. I think it's after the Arkham escape and things like that. But I do see what some people are saying, and you mentioned this as well about the one of the reasons the extended cut. Why did they take out those extra scenes? Well, it doesn't seem to like the actual story or the action seems like it's adding more to just extra scenes, but it also seems like it's also sort of diminishing Joker's personality. Like the entire thing, he just growled. The entire thing, he didn't really say anything. He's just like. So, and a lot of people complain that that's coming after Heath Ledger. That's all that Leto was able to give was growling. So I could see where that's a big problem, and one of the reasons maybe they kind of cut some of that out.
Scenes, yeah. I've also had the same thing where people, they like Jared as an actor and as a person, but they like maybe his performance wasn't what they were expecting, so they trimmed it down a bit to save for extended cut or anything else because it didn't move the story.
Right.
And I can understand, and if that's the case, okay, understandable. If it's not the case, okay, fine, understandable. My issue in general, please stop releasing 2 versions. It's not Lord of the Rings. Because having the ultimate version of this and the extended cut of this, extended cuts for movies we're used to in general, because it happens all the time. Just give us everything at one time and let us deal with it.
Yeah.
And then if you don't like it, when the Blu-ray comes out, you have the option to watch regular version or extended cut. Otherwise, just keep the extended cut to just specific Blu-ray. BVS, 2 versions, was annoying.
Okay.
Just give the full ultimate version, if that's what you're going to call it, at one time. And then if you want to have 2 versions, have that on Blu-ray instead of making us go back to the theater to watch it right before it leaves.
But then that's
because that's what.
But that's not. They didn't do that with Suicide Squad.
They didn't do that with Suicide Squad.
So which is good.
Time. Yeah, that was good, but it felt the same. It's like, well, we have an extended version of it too, and it's like you're telling us this because you don't like the way the fans were reacting, as opposed to when the Blu-ray comes out, we'll have extended, exclusive information for the Blu-ray release only, which is what usually happens.
Right.
As opposed to, hey, fan reaction wasn't great, so
I get it. So in other words, you're saying like they're marketing it in a sense where the way it looks like with the DC extended universe, it looks like they're just marketing it in a sense of like, we want you to come see this to prove that we actually had a good movie or something like that, or that there were many complaints. Like you feel like it's a knee-jerk reaction compared to like a regular movie. When it's released, there's no extended cut, there's just bonus features like that.
Right.
That's true.
Or there's an extended cut, but it's only available on that Blu-ray because they give it like I Am Legend.
Right.
There's 2 endings.
Alternative ending.
Okay, that's fine.
Right.
But the dog still dies.
Yeah, well, if the dog didn't die, you don't have that. You don't have that heartfelt scene. It sucks, but that was actually one of my favorite scenes because I felt tied to that character in that situation when that happened. Dealing with the movies, I'm not against how they're filming. It's not perfect, but it could be better. There's some things that could be cleaned up. But I do think if you're going to have this big, huge Ultimate Edition version, release that in the theater. And then on Blu-ray, have one that's slightly shorter, plus that.
Okay, I get it, though.
For story reasons.
Okay, but for story reasons.
For story reasons, as opposed to, here's some extra action
I get
scenes.
it. So I get Suicide Squad so far, from what I can tell, I understand why they released it the way. I haven't seen the extended cut fully yet.
Right.
And when we do, I can talk more about it. But from what I've seen so far, I can see why they cut it out. It doesn't add much of anything. Yeah, it was a fucking dope ass scene seeing Harley Quinn do that, but maybe it's better to have left it in a music video or something like that. It's all good.
Or like promotion.
But, however, I will say with BVS, though, people have argued that it makes the story better. I personally think that BVS itself dragged on way too long, and there were points where I was ready to fall asleep, like Michael Shannon. But
I knew that was coming.
I will find sleep! Sorry, Michael Shannon, the guy that played General Zod, he fell asleep watching BVS.
Shut up.
He did.
like for real.
No,
Yeah,
he for real said he fell asleep watching, but he was tired, jet lag, and I get it. But I also understand. Like I use Man of Steel to the soundtrack to go to sleep sometimes. But that's nothing against. It's just that the pacing. My main point here is the fact that. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into BVS hate brigade here, but my main point is like I feel that the Ultimate Edition didn't add enough to make that movie any better. Maybe slightly, and it gave more to Clark's reasons for fighting Batman. But if they had released the Ultimate Edition in theaters, you would have had the same reaction, or if anything, worse.
I don't know. And that's a coin toss, but I'll say the reasons I prefer the Ultimate Edition because there is more story to a lot of the characters, not just Clark. Because you see Superman,
Yeah,
and the way
I
they
agree.
portray
I agree.
him is, but there's more Clark Kent.
But it doesn't.
And
but
there's more Alfred also.
I agree, but respectively, it also drags the story out even more. Those scenes, what I will agree with you that the Ultimate Edition made the story better, but I also feel like they
Story dragged too long.
It dragged too long. Whereas where they cut what they cut from the theatrical version, they should have kept in and cut out some other bullshit to make a better. So if anything, it was just either way, there were things that needed to be changed a lot. We'll leave it at that because I cannot go into a 10-minute
for the most
argument.
part, for the most part, the summary of that is a director change would have been better.
Yeah. Zack Snyder, ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave it at that. Okay, guys, Red Nation, stand up, speak up. Have you seen Suicide Squad Extended? Boom, boom, boom. She got it. Cut.
Yeah.
Let me know if you guys think about that. Leave your comments below, and maybe in a month or so, maybe the American version. I'll buy the American version.
I will.
You're gonna get it?
Definitely. One, I enjoyed the movie. It was a good flick, but I don't want to sit here and wait till next year to have it.
That's a good point. We should have a viewing party on that.
We should.
With popcorn.
Yes, with popcorn.
Purple and pink popcorn.
The case is even funnier because
That's a good point.
Extended Cut is talking about extras about the Joker, who's the only person
That's a good
standing
point.
by himself.
That's a good point. And his feet are showing, and they're not colored. That's another problem I had actually. As a fact, though,
Just his face.
his hands and his feet aren't even white, and he was supposed to be the whole chemical bath deal.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Consistency.
Just a reminder, I do have a P.O. box, so if any of you guys, Christmas is coming. So, if anybody wants to gift this for me, I would appreciate that. I'm done, guys. You know what? Fuck that. WB, where the fuck are you guys? Come on. Digital codes. Akasan's here. Hook me up. Goddamn, Dante's been the huge pioneer of WB content.
And I won't stop.
Hook us up, guys. WB. Get on that.
Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Peace.
All my friends are heathens, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you